Welcome to the CA Premier Accounting Package. We are going to answer all the questions which you raised in the morning today, where you wanted to find out whether the system can do the quotation. Then from quotation, it links to the sales order to the tax invoice, then delivery note. All those you will be able to see as we are going. Now, before we log in here, my advice to you, you make sure that all the users are assigned certain profiles so that those who are doing accounts will only see accounts modules only. Those who are doing sales will have nothing to do with the accounts. That way you are going to operate it properly. So without wasting our time, let's log in here. Okay. Those profiles will require from you. You need to make sure that you tell us what you want to see. Okay. Per each user. Okay. You divide your users in category to say some will be doing sales, some will be doing payroll, some will be doing maybe something like advanced accounting, things like that. Okay, yeah. So now here we'll log in using managers rights. Okay, so that because I want to see everything there, right? Yeah. So now I'll select my COM4 there. With COM4 means this is the serial port which we actually sends the information to ZRA in the background. You don't have to use those INSPA Black gadgets. No, the gadget is a plugin which is connected to your software, working in the background silently. Okay, it does its own job independently. You don't have to interfere with it. You just do your invoices. It does its own job silently without disturbing you. Okay. So in this case, you wanted also to know whether this software is a multi-user. Okay, fine. Let me process an invoice using USD. Now, because sometimes I do forget, I'm a human being. So instead of uh, when I go there to the invoicing stage, I remember to go and capture the exchange rate. I'll put it in advance here. In an event, in an event where I forget, the system at least will be able to keep it in memory for me, and it will go and paste it there, so that I don't have to make it. I don't have to worry. The system will do everything for me. So press enter there to log in. So the next thing before you log in, you check that okay, you have the customer here. Okay, under customer, under sales, do we have any customer to sell? Now, as you can see here, we have the customer which we have put testing there and the T-pin here. Now, let me explain on the T-pin there. Suppose you add an extra one here. Will the system accept? No, because the T-pin must have only 10 digits. So you cannot put more than that. Okay, so now, again, if your T-pin is less than 10 digits, it will still not accept because you have not actually complied to the rule. Okay, fine. So let's put now the 10 digits correct. So maybe like that. Okay, now it accepts. Now, what if I put the alpha, the letters as well? What happens? It will still not allow because that A is not a number. So please take care of this. Yeah. So once you start seeing those messages, doesn't mean that the software has stopped working. No, it's just that you have not complied with the rules. That's all. Yeah. So I'll simply add there. Okay, since I've shown you there, let me walk you through now inventory. All right. So inventory, we capture our inventory here. Okay, this is where you capture all the inventories which you have there. It can be services or whatever, but you have to differentiate here. Inventories which are meant to be sold or for sale, always press a tick here. Those which are not meant for the sale, remove the tick. Okay? So that only those which are sellable will go to the pricing module there automatically. Okay? I've explained it there. So now your pricing module is also here. So you just click here, new prices. As you can see, Coco Zero is here. It's assigned to what price is that? Standard rate, which is A, 16%. B is that one is meant for those who are selling using recommended retail price, which I think is not applicable to you. Yeah, in your case, you use the standard rate, which is A. This one B is actually were used by those people who are selling carbonated drinks and cement, cigarettes, and talk time. Okay. Then C1, these are for export. If you intend to export, then it means that you'll be also using C1, so that whatever you are exporting, it will be going at zero rated, no VAT. Now, your company, you have a branch in Karurushi, you have also another one here in Lusaka. Especially Lusaka, you might have uh, diplomats. They might come and buy some merchandise from your company. Those people, they don't pay VAT. They are privileged. So you have to assign a C2. Okay, C2, although is actually comes automatically the moment you choose the privilege there as a customer there. All right. So automatically it flips. Okay, where you see A there, it will change automatically. You don't have to capture it there manually. No, it will flip there automatically and assign it to C2. That's what happens there. Then you have C3. C3, these are zero rated. Just in case you are selling some products which are zero rated, which do not attract VAT. Yeah. So, okay, they are taxable, but there is no percentage there. They are called zero rated. D, these are exempts like books, magazines. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. The rest are for tourism. I think you are not in tourism, so I won't go through those. Okay. I've already assigned that. So the price you put it there. For RRP, since you are not using RRP, you leave it 00 there. The modes are here. Even if I have assigned to sales invoice mode, does not matter, because even if someone comes who is underprivileged, it will go and flip there. There's no issue as long as I select there the privilege mode. Okay, this is okay. Now let me go quickly here and show you, check whether we have the stock to sell here, right? So okay, let's say okay today. Okay, and all right, maybe I take it up to there. Do we have any stock to sell in at our head office? This Coke Zero, is it there? When I say Coke Zero, it doesn't mean that you'll be selling drinks. No, 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 no. Please take me carefully here. It can be any product. It can be a service. Yeah, I've only used that one as a sample. Okay, so that's what it is. You are not restricted to sell certain products. You can sell anything. Okay, so preview here. I just want to see if we have some, yeah, some items there. Okay, as you can see, we seem like we have some items there. All right, and there was a previous sale of 500. 500 minus 533, so we have 33. So we can say, let's say 30 there, no problem. Okay, now before we do anything, we have to make sure that okay, I link it properly to my database. This is the link manager, which you can use it at your own pace, just in case you want to be moving from one database to another. Maybe you receive a database from Lusaka for consolidation in Kitwe. You don't need VPN, no. That's why we created that link manager. You can move from one company to another that way. It's very simple. Yeah, you just use an email. Get a database from Lusaka, then when it reaches there in Kitwe through an email, you create a folder and sort it there. Then you link it there, you see what they are doing in Lusaka. Then if you have some queries, you can query them. So now without wasting time, let's see, create a quotation here. For how many? 30. Where is my quotation? Quotation is here. Okay, so that is my customer there. You can see everything comes in there. The only thing which I need to do is to select. You can see if I select the privilege mode, it means that it will flip that thing. Those prices now automatically will change to a person who doesn't pay tax. So if I say export, again it will flip, it will change it to export prices. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to use sales mode to signify that I'm selling to an ordinary person. Okay, so I will select my product here. That's all. Let's say 30 here. Yeah. Okay. If you check this site, you'll find that it has assigned a standard rate there. Yeah. So I'll simply add my transaction there. So print my quotation here, right? Let's see how my quotation looks like. Okay, print it there. There is my quotation there. It comes okay with the 30 products there for Coke Zero. Okay, everything comes there, and the currency is in USD. All these are USD. The VAT, it has put everything there for me, so there's no need to worry. Okay, now let's assume that you want to amend. You can amend the quotation as long as it hasn't gone at the sales order stage. You can amend it several times here. If it goes at the sales order stage and you have produced an order, forget it. You can't amend it. It will not accept. End of story. Yeah. And you won't even be able to see any preview. You can't preview it here anymore. Okay. So my advice to you, if you want, before anything, you can play around with the quotation. Even after it takes 2 months or whatever, as long as it hasn't reached that sales order stage, no problem. Okay, so we add it there. Now let's assume that the customer has confirmed the quotation. So now all you needed to do is to send an order, sales order to the sales people. Okay, how do you do it? You come under sales here and say create a sales order here, right? Then you you put in the quotation number there, which is quotation number 3, or you type in there. The moment you do that, it copies everything, whatever is on the quotation, it will simply copy and come and paste it here. You don't have to key in anything here. Okay, your job is to simply save. Okay, now unless you want to change some items here, you can change. At this time, you can still change. Maybe the customer want to 29 instead of 30. Now, the moment you save here, okay, that means that now you cannot go back to the order, that order quotation number 3 to go and change it. Okay, I'll show you what I mean, right? So now, in this case, if you want to print the sales order, which is sales order which you have created, you can reprint it here and give it to the sales people to prepare the sales invoice. Okay, so you print it here. Yeah, so this is your sales order. Okay, it has everything there. Yeah, so there's no confusion here. Everything is just okay. So now the next thing which we'll do is, remember I said what happens in an event where someone is trying to experiment to say, let me go and change the quotation there. Let's see. Is it possible to change the quotation here? Since we know the quotation number, you see it's not even there, the quotation. Now, since we know the quotation number, is it possible to change? Do you see what is happening here? The document is already approved and cannot be edited. Have you seen what has happened? At this point, it's gone for good, forget it. You cannot change anything. All right? Yeah. But at a sales order, because it hasn't yet gone to the invoice stage, you can play around, you can change there. Once the order is also confirmed or converted to an invoice, finish, end of story. You can't go back and change. All right? Make sure before the sales order goes to invoice stage, you confirm everything, because at the invoice stage, you will not be able to see the details for security reasons. Okay? Because at the invoice stage, you are not allowed to change anything. You are the sales order would have been signed by maybe the director of sales. So meaning you can't change anything. Whatever was agreed, you simply pull it out and convert it to an invoice. So let's convert that sales order to an invoice. You come here, you select the sales order number. All right. So here you select the customer. Now again here, if you select the wrong customer, the system will not allow you until you select the customer showing only the sales order. Yeah, that's when it will accept. So now, okay, because of time, I want to go through all those things. So here, I will select the tax invoice. All right. Yeah. Now here it says Please, do you have the sales order to attach? Yes, I have. I need that one to be attached. So I'll say yes. I'll come here and do what? Attach. Now see what is going to happen. The moment I select that, then I say I don't have any more to attach. I say no. Have you seen that now it brings another message? It says, please note that the sales order is now now converted to a tax invoice. Please hit the save button and proceed to sign on the invoice. I'll simply say, okay, yeah, then save here. So saving means I'm running at the same time the saving of the invoice which has been converted and also performing the double entry for our accounting section. Okay, so I'll say okay. You see, the double entry is performed by a non-accountant. By simply saving, everything goes to the trial balance. I'll show you what happens from there. So now, at this stage, I need to make sure that I sign my invoice using the gadget. The ZRI gadget, the white one called DST, is attached to my computer. So I simply need to open it here, right? Yeah. Remember, with this gadget, it doesn't disturb you in any way. It just works silently in the background. Whatever you do, it's just recording and send the data to ZRI automatically when the invoice comes out. So I'll open it here. Have you seen that now the gadget? It says start processing the invoice detail now. Please note that the port is now open. I will say okay, okay, and wait a little bit for the gadget to perform its duties. All right. Now it has finished. It has even closed the port. I will simply say, okay, see, it has finished. Let me have my invoice printed, which is that invoice. Now let's see what has happened. There is the invoice which was converted from a sales order. You remember this? Okay, yeah. And the exchange rate which we had keyed in there, you remember I didn't change anything, but it has come because I wanted you to understand this thing properly. We keyed that 16.55 from where? From the login. Yeah. Although if you want to change it, you could have changed it at the invoice stage. There's no problem. Yeah. Because I can easily forget. That's why I had to do it that way. Have you seen that everything comes up okay? Everything like that, the QR code, okay? Now the signatures from ZRI which we are talking about are these. You can see the terminal ID, ESD time there, invoice code, all this information here, okay, from terminal ID to physical code comes from ZRI server. It doesn't come from this system. No, these are assigned by ZRI server. Okay, it means that this invoice has been registered at where? At ZRI. Okay, so at this point, there is nothing that you can do about it. If this invoice is wrong, you need to pass a credit note, okay, which will be also registered at ZRI to cancel this one. All right, so I think I've explained it to you. If I had put the bank details, they would have been showing here. Okay, from where? From the security detail, the company details, that's where you put these. All right. So now, since I'm done with this, if I want to print it, you simply say Control P like this. Then you select the printer. Then you say print. It goes to your printer. That's it. But what happens if I want to email this invoice and I've got Outlook? Okay, no problem. You come here, right? All right. Also, let me make sure that okay, I still have okay cancelled. So yeah, I'll come here and the email. I want to email it as PDF, so I'll simply say there, right? Let's wait and see what happens there. Okay, it's trying to attach the document to my email. Okay, yeah, it's almost done there. It's just opening my email there. You see, it has attached here. This is my invoice here. If I double click here, I'll be able to see that invoice which we are talking about. All right, let's see. Isn't it the same invoice which we we are creating. Have you seen? It's attached here through an email. All I need to do now is to put my email address here, right? Okay, okay. Yeah, you just put your email address there. Let's say maybe my email address is what? Let's say Nectar here. Yeah, that is my email address. Maybe for the customer, I'm the customer there. I will say sales invoice here. Sales invoice. Okay. Yeah. Then here you put the message. Yeah. Kindly find attached. Okay, whatever it is. Attached invoice. That's it. Then from there, okay, if it's so important, I'll put it on high and what? Send. That's all. It's gone. That's it. You're done. Then from there, the next thing which we need to do is to post now that invoice to the ledger. Okay, you post the invoice now to the ledger. Okay, properly posted. Then you're done. Now, we only need to see the reports. You wanted the management reports which you'll be able to see. Okay, first, you are going to see two statements. There is a local statement here. Yeah, the local statement will look like this. You remember we have done one transaction now for this testy customer. Okay, so here you put the data as control account and the enter here, right? So as you can see, yeah, this 2,540, it has been converted to Zambian kwacha. Okay, these are kwacha. These are US dollars. All right. So you have the kwacha conversion there. Everything is in kwacha there. But the initial document amount still remains at 2,580. With which invoice number? This is the invoice number there. Okay, so even if you want to put out the invoice, you can easily go and put out the invoice and see. Now, in an event where you want to send this invoice to a foreign customer who has bought the goods and you have built that customer in the foreign currency, you use this one, foreign currency ledger. Okay, so you say, all right, okay, all right, let me put the parameters there. Date parameters there is required. Then here, I'll select the customer. Here, I will say again, data as control account and press enter. Okay, let's see how it will look like. Have you seen that now? This one is not converted. It's in actual foreign currency, which is dollars. So everything is now in dollars. This is what you send to your foreign customer, because they will not understand your kwacha. Our kwacha is just for local. They want their own currency. That's way how you do it. So this is it. This is it, right? But there are also what we call edged analysis. So that invoice which we did has been edged. So you have that invoice, that transaction edged here. So you say debtors, okay, or okay, it's complaining because I've not put the date. I'll put the date here. Let's see how, yeah, because now what you are going to see is an invoice converted in dollar. Okay, that is sale, because this is a local report. You don't send this to your customer. No, this is just an edge analysis. That's way how it looks like. It has converted. Have you seen 42,699? Okay, yeah, it is in the current, right? So now it doesn't end there. The next thing is the next thing is, what about assuming it's month end? Where is the ZRA report which I have to convert into Excel so that I start working in it on the taxes? So you just come here, right? So, okay, for today and today, okay. If it's for full month, you just select the full range of the month, the dates there. Now here you have two options. Do you just want to preview it, or do you want to take it to Excel? If you want to take it to Excel, you come here, right? Then here you simply say okay. When you say okay, it will ask you to say where do you want to put it. You select a folder where you want to put this in. That's it. Yeah. Now I don't want to do that. Because of time, I want to preview it so that you see what I'm talking about. There is the report. Okay. Have you seen? So it has put there supplier name, account number, account name, and yeah, everything is there. Customer is testing, whatever. Customer TPIN, everything there. The 42,699 which we are looking for is that one there. The VAT, net amount before that, everything is there. And the person, the cashier who has generated that. This report is what now you export and compile it for your ZRA return. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't end there. We are still looking at reports. So the next thing is, what about if I really want to see which product is not selling? What am I going to do? You come here where it says sales book detailed. Okay. So now here, this is a report which will be able to tell you which product is actually a waste of time, right? So you come here, you select from the first product to the end, so that from there you are able to analyze to see which product require either discontinuation. So you prove it like this. So if we had so many products, it would have listed them one by one like that, so that you are able to see, oh yeah, this month, okay, this product we sold so much. Have you seen that it has analyzed again the VAT amount before VAT and product name, everything done there. Okay, yeah, that is the way how you do it. Yeah. So you have all these, we call these management reports. Okay. Why are they called management reports? Because they tell you, they help to actually identify your products which are just a waste of time and those products which are stars. Okay. That's why you need this report for your marketing purpose and also decision making, right? Yeah. Now there are situations where you might want, okay, for example, accountants, they might want to analyze the sales further. Okay, you can use your sales daybook here to analyze your sales further, just in case you want also to see the exchange rate which were used. Yeah, you simply come here, right? So when you come here, you just do it like this, then there you are. Okay, have you seen that this invoice was actually done at this exchange rate? All these things are done for you. The customer, whatever you sold, that the cashier name is also there. Invoice number, you remember this invoice number is there. Yeah, revenue, which is going to your income statement, the VAT, if there is any tourism levy, but in your case, it doesn't apply to be always 00, and everything there, properly converted. Okay, so all these are done. Now, we are still going through the reports. So now, the next thing, remember we had 42 something. What happens to the accountant is interested right now to see the trial balance. Because remember I said at the beginning that there is the moment an invoice is done, is saved, the system performs also the trial balance, the double entry for that transaction. But a person performing that is not an accountant. That person doesn't even know what goes on in the background. So let's see what happens there. Okay? Because I never passed any journals. You remember? We just created an invoice. Let's see what it has done. Okay? Right? There we are. Have you seen that that invoice is now journaled like this? You have the VAT, it has credited, meaning you have to pay 5,080.89 to where? To ZRA. Then your data is the amount which you expect to receive from your customer is how much? 42,699. You remember it's the same amount appearing on the edge analysis and also on the customer statement. Your revenue is 36,809, properly converted. So when you check here, down here, you find that your trial balance is balanced. You can see there's no difference. It's balancing here. It's written trial balance here. Okay, there we are. So if you want, you can export your trial balance to Excel if you want further analysis. Now, Your income statement will also start building here, right? Okay, with only one line here. All right, so what will happen here? Let's see. If I do this, okay. I just want to see, I want to show you what happens from there, because the income statement should have at least a line of revenue. Have you seen it there? There we are. Cost of sales, no, that one is not there. You have to compute it and deposit it via a JV. Okay? Yeah. But this one, if everything is coming through using the GRIN, okay, it will help you to compute, especially landed cost. It will do the average costing, and whatever you are selling, it will be putting there. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so now, what else do we need? Let's assume that, okay, at this point, this customer has paid, okay, the whole amount, that is, let's say maybe 5,000 with a small balance remaining. All you need to do is to simply issue a receipt here, right? So you put so here, because it's a big amount, it will maybe come through a transfer. So you say transfer here, or you put whatever reference which you feel like. So whatever bank, maybe Zanaco, I don't know, whatever bank is there. So now here you put the date, okay. Let's say we received also the receipt today and confirmed. How much did we receive? Let's say $5,200. Okay. Now here, what is the exchange rate? You put the exchange rate. This is what I was talking about. Let's say assume that the exchange rate remains the same here. All right. So now invoice number, you have to supply the actual invoice number. Okay. If it is an advance payment, you type in not applicable. Okay. Let's assume that this is the invoice number. I forgot to copy it from there. Okay. I don't have a printer. So here I have to indicate it to say this is US dollar. Okay. Yeah. Now this money came from who? You selected the customer here, right? Have you seen that the moment you select the customer, it actually completes everything. Okay. So now the only thing which you need to do is to simply save the receipt. And after saving the receipt, you can now print it here. If you want, you can print it here. Okay, let's see how it looks like. You can print it here and give that receipt to your customer. You can email it to your customer. This is your official receipt, which goes to the customer. You can see it has put everything there. Then, yeah. Okay. Okay. So now this receipt is in what? US dollar. The exchange rate into kwacha is this. So now when it goes to wherever it is going, it will go like this because these are dollars. So that these dollars are exactly to what that person paid. Okay. Here at this point, it has not converted anything. Okay. Yeah. So now the next thing which you need to do now is to approve that receipt so that it goes to the ledger. Okay. I'll post it there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you want to again review that receipt and change it, it will not accept because it has already been posted. But you can recall it before posting. Okay. Those are the controls which are there. So now, since now that receipt is posted, we expect that receipt to have been converted where? In our ledger. Here, the local ledger, but the foreign ledger, we don't expect any conversion. Okay. All right, let's see. Has it converted there? Because the receipt was in US dollars. All right. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Have you seen that the receipt is showing? Actually, the customer paid more because he was supposed only to pay 2,580. There is an advance payment there, right? So now there is even this person is even in credit. Okay. it has converted it to, these are Zambian kwacha, this is the receipt. So it has also done like this, hedging everything done for you. Yeah, 43,000 credit. So meaning this person can still buy more, right? Yeah. So what about the, let's check also the foreign currency one, which you really emphasize to say, what happens in an event where you have a person who is buying outside the country. What now? Yeah, you see what happens here. Okay. Do you see what has happened? No conversion. These are actual dollars. Okay. So this is the way it is. This is a statement which you send it to the customer abroad. I think we have talked too much. Yeah. So now for sales we are done. Because of lack of time, let me just now peruse through. In an event you wanted to file maybe a statement that came from your customer. Okay, what you need to do, you can still go under customer data here. Then when you come here, you click here, you attach the statement. First you scan the statement. Once you scan it, you attach it here under the name of that customer there. Okay, then you simply say add here. When you say add, it will ask you to locate it where you saved it. Okay, let's, for argument's sake, let me say, do I have anything, okay, which I saved? Okay, maybe this is my scanned statement there. I'll simply say okay here, right? Okay, you can see it's added here. So they will be, the system will be adding these as many as they are. You have 2 GB for this, filing all these. Okay, so you can file anything automatically, so there's no problem. If you want to use maybe a special keyboard, you don't want sometimes the laptops, it can be, a problem. You might want to use a touch screen. You can use this one. So you can do anything. This is not a simple software where you struggle to do. Everything is actually computerized. You can have the keyboard, the soft copy form, everything done for you. You can email anything from here. You can file your document within the system. Anything, you can do it there. So that's the way how it is. So I think maybe for this one we can end here. Now, before I conclude, let me peruse through on the payroll. Payroll also, there are so many things which I can't manage to go through at one go. We can do it at a later stage. Yeah, I just want to mention something for payroll. For payroll, maybe there are issues of appraisals. You get your appraisals here, you open a form here where you appraise the employees. Okay, so now here, what happens here? You select the employee who you want to appraise. Okay, let's say Mwanza Felix. Okay, now you want to appraise this person in the month of, let's say, January. Okay, or February. Okay, let's see how this guy performed maybe in January. Okay, the standard or the limit is 100%. Maybe this guy only scored how many? 45%. You need to put the reason. Yeah, to say maybe it is due to lack of training. Yeah, things like whatever the reason you can put it there. So that, yeah, when you come now to say, okay, I want the appraisal report. For which one? For February. See, okay, what will happen here? So I'll go back in February there. Yeah, because it will be accumulating, so that you are able to see what happens at the end of the year. Okay, maybe I can even do it like this. No, let me just go specifically to February there. Okay. Yeah. Where is February now? where is my February? Oh yeah, yeah. And then select the department. Now, let's say, oh, no, that one is in finance, okay? Or if you are not too sure, you can just scroll up here and check the department is here. So this guy is in finance, so we can, yeah, check his appraisal report. There is the appraisal report. Have you seen here to say the remark says this guy got 45%? The result being lack of training, or it could be maybe untrainable or something. So this information is very important for you so that you manage your employees properly. Those who require training, adequate training, especially this software, you will be able to do anything. You'll be able to record anything. Your employees will improve because whatever achievement which will be there will be properly documented, and there will be nothing to simply say no, me, I was not told. If there is any salary, because this is the basis of your salary increment, depending to the scores there, because every month you have to appraise your staff so that at the end you are able to say, oh yeah, okay, fine, this is the way how these people are scoring. Then you can even take this thing into Excel if you feel like, so that you can do your whatever mathematics you want to do. So that is about that. What else? I think at this point, yeah, I think the point of sales I've shown you, I will show it to you sometime later. It has also, but this one has a special keyboard. This is a keyboard for point of sales. Yeah. In an event you don't have a keyboard, you can use this one as your keyboard. But I won't go through this. You never asked for this one. Okay. So, all right, we'll leave it. I think at this time, I will simply say thank you so much. This is where I end. I think I've explained.